Wow, the time is finally here. Not that you haven't been counting down for the last 3 years-ish. I remember you telling me 3 years ago that you were going to retire on December 18th of 2020 and that you had put it on your calendar. And I didn't believe that our Outlook calendars would go out that far. So since I had access to your calendar, I went in and I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled. And you did. The whole day, December 18th, said Howard's retirement. That seems like yesterday. So I have so many things that I want to say. I made a few notes in hopes of not forgetting something important. You also know that I am not a woman who cries much unless my natural redhead instincts kick in. So I'm going to try to be as brief as possible, but I'm already having a feeling that that is not going to happen. So I want to begin by saying how grateful I am for the mentorship and friendship you have given me over the last 21 years. It would be impossible to count all the ways that you have helped me in my career. Thank you so much for all that you have done. I hope that I impact someone's life like you have impacted mine in the future. You made a profound impact on my professional development, and when we first began working together, I never imagined I would be where I am today. Having you as my supervisor has changed my life for the better. I remember being 2 candidates left for the position that you were hiring for in 1999, and I sat in the waiting room with the other candidate and knew that she had a lot more experience than me. And I had job hopped about every year, so I thought it was a long shot getting the position. And after you hired me, I remember about a year later asking you why you guys chose me, because at the time it was the most difficult interview I had ever been on. And you said because I cared, and that meant the world to me. So I had a family here and I didn't have to job hop anymore. So I want to thank you for that. One of the things that I also want to thank you for is always putting up with my passion, sometimes referred to as my temper. You always understand that when I wanted the best for the residents and the team, and you gave me autonomy that I needed to succeed. My passion is often mistaken for being angry, and you know me well enough to know that is not true, but I do become very passionate about things when it comes to residents and team members. Thank you for putting up with that for 21 years. One of the things that I've always appreciated the most about you was your willingness to help in so many different aspects of my life. I have said this only a few times over the past 21 years, but I meant it when I said it. You became a second dad to me. You have seen me at my best and at my worst, both professionally and personally. I'm not even sure who's going to tell me from now on, like you told me this morning, that my roots need to be done. I'm not sure who will tell me that, because most people don't have the guts to tell me that. So maybe every couple months you should stop by and give me a root check and let me know. And the only reason he notices, for anybody else watching, is because I'm significantly shorter than him. So he does see the top of my head. But he does like to remind me when I need to get my hair done. Thanks to your willingness to give a young woman a chance, I have a career that I'm very proud of. It has always been clear that you love what you do and that you truly wanted me to succeed. Even though we get on each other's nerves sometimes, I'm going to miss working with you, and I hope that you know that. Congrats, boss. I wish you a wonderful future with lots of time to enjoy your family, your friends, your hobbies, and your church. We are going to miss you, but we will never forget you, and you're always welcome back here to visit, for lunch, whatever you want to do. You have done so much for all of us, and I wish you nothing but the very best in this new chapter of your life and your life with Diane. You have truly been a blessing in my life. Thank you for your advice, support, love, prayers, and everything you have done for myself and Crowsdale Village. We love you.
Early when we met, you shared with me that to make Crowsdale Village special, you work to provide residents some flexibility in their lives here. My first thought was that was easy for you to say, since your joints didn't squeak when you tried to be flexible. But thank you for striving to make our community unique, allowing us some flexibility in our life here. I hope you decide to return to campus often and share with us your plans for your upcoming weekend. That way, as we have always done in the past with your Crowsdale Village plans, we can provide you the best suggestions to improve your plans. Seriously, Maya Angelou said, sometimes we will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. You now will have time to review those moments and remember those you shared them with to see their value. Our lives are improved by certain people with whom we share our journey. Although I have known you only a short time, I want to thank you for taking time to share a portion of your journey with me. I hope you learn to enjoy your continuous long weekends. Take care.
When moving to Crowsdale Village just shy of 4 years ago, my wife Claudia and I met you for the first time in your office as you were carrying out one of your major jobs. That was to pass judgment on whether our Beagle dog could come to live with us. Wearing my photographer hat has also allowed me to take pictures of you with residents and employees attending special events in the Commons Great Room. In one of them, I remember you looking like you were wearing long johns. Finally, I think the most memorable experiences I've had with you have been seeing your big grins when I told you that our Crowsdale Village Employee Appreciation Gift Funds Committee raised contributions from residents last year totaling $200,000. And again this year, when we even topped that, a whopping $231,000, resulting in us giving checks to all special employees that you've managed, many from day one to the newest ones that you started in the COVID year of 2020. Thank you, Howard.
I've lived at Crowsdale Village for about 6.5 years now, and I've been the happy recipient of many of Howard's special graces and unending patience. However, I also served on the UMRH board for 7 years prior to that, and it was there that I first learned of Howard's total dedication to and support of his residents. For you see, Howard is a PK. Now that's a preacher's kid, and he just never got over it. He truly cares, and for that we are all grateful. We're going to miss you, fella, more than you will ever know.
I know that in corresponding with you and talking with you, you appreciate wildlife in various kinds. You even feed the squirrels around here as if they need feeding, but it's okay, you feed the squirrels, they are amusing. And you're a great lover of dogs. I know how many dogs you've had and how much you treasure their memory. And any guy that loves his pooches got a heart of gold. So appreciate having the chance to share some memories about dogs past and present and things that you enjoy in life. And now you're heading towards retirement and you'll have a ton of time to enjoy all that. And if you ever get angry once in a while, if you still have that silly gong around someplace, use it, whack it hard, and hopefully that'll let off some steam. But I think that once you're gone from here, a lot of those pressures will evaporate, and that is super. That is super. Be well. Enjoy your time with Diane.
Howard, we're going to miss you so very much. It's been such a pleasure, and I've learned so much from you over the years. It's been quite a long time that I've been here on campus. And I hope that you and Diane will come back to campus and visit us. And I'll tell you one secret. You're the one who introduced me to Thai food, and I really love it. Good to see you. I wish you well, and stay safe, stay well. And again, we're really going to miss you.
Hi, Howard. Goodbye, Howard. I don't do goodbyes, but anyway, it's been really a pleasure to know you, and we watched each other grow over the years here, and just part of our lives here. So, wish you the best. Take care. God bless.
How does one measure an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year, a decade, 2 decades? Is it in miles driven? Is it in buildings built? Is it in friends made? Is it in memories created? Is it in life events experienced together? Is it in laughs shared? Howard, I suggest that it could be all of these and at least one more. Grace extended. Your miles driven over 2 decades just to get here to Crosdale every day are a testament to your strength. The buildings built or renovated are a testament to your perseverance and your sanity. Sheer numbers of resident friends over the years mean that you are going to have one glorious homecoming one day in heaven. Memories created. Well, the first one that comes to mind is that you figured out a way to save my job in the massive downsizing of 2000. I also remember the great fish kill, also known as "What on earth is that smell?" I forget the year of that one. I remember the sadness of the fires and an even greater sadness when we discovered the culprit. Your support when my mom was incredibly injured, when both my parents died within 2 weeks of each other, my mysterious illness and treatment in 2011, my husband's illness, Diane's illness, your health challenges. And how could I forget snowstorms and ice storms? And yes, even working the command center at 5 a.m. in the morning, not my best time. The laughs that we've shared, those crazy baby faces that you send, the emails where I got you to respond with a ha, or when I laughed out loud at getting one of your quirky replies to some of my best ideas, canoe races on the lake, indoor golf carts parades, etc., etc. You wouldn't go for any of those. And grace? Well, that list is too long to share. You've extended grace upon grace. But perhaps that's the most appreciated of all. Thank you. Persons wiser than I am have described early retirees as tending to wallpaper the days with busyness. That might be Diane's to-do list for you, or perhaps your own to-do list. Eventually, one moves to discerning the meaning of your stories and mentoring the next generations. Those are both tasks for retirees. To aid you in all those, my gift to you is priceless. 2 decades of videos. They're so heavy. 2 decades of videos. Just in case you forget. Pop one in whenever you don't think that you've made a difference, and you'll realize that you have. Or pop one in when you want to gloat over a problem solved, or when you want to celebrate that you are not dealing with this or that stress on a minute-by-minute basis. Happy and meaningful retirement, my friend. Show us how it's done. After all, there are a few of us around that are going to need to know. Oh, and by all means, keep laughing and keep showing grace.
My wife and I first met Howard when we came to talk about becoming amongst the very first residents of Crowsdale. He was brand new here then, and he was very, very helpful, and so we sort of became friends because it was just opening up. And so my wife and I used to stop by to see him every once in a while. That was 20 years ago when this place was brand new.
Howard, we congratulate you on your retirement. It's well deserved. You served well and effectively for a long time. Your ministry at Crowsdale has been remarkable. Having been here for about 16 years, I've been able to observe the heavy responsibility you have been able to carry. And we know that everything you do is for our welfare. During this period of time, there have been 2 big expansion programs, and you have led these, and you have done it well. But we know it has been a heavy load to carry the leadership for these programs as you do the regular task required of your position. We hope that all your dreams of a wonderful retirement will become a reality. Howard, all of us love you very much, and we're going to miss you, but we won't forget you. As we walk down the halls and as we do the things we do in this building, we will always think of you.
I will miss waving to you, Howard, when I make my early morning walk up to the homestead and you are in your office checking messages and preparing the day's work. We always wave, and sometimes you motion me into the office for a quick conversation. When I was president of the Residents Association, you were very supportive. At the MRH meetings, you found ways to make me smile. And again, during the Crowsdale Village Expansion Committee meetings, a quick glance or a nod from you kept me amused. As a volunteer to taste test my chocolate bourbon pecan pies, I hope you will return to Crowsdale Village now and then so I can do my part in keeping your sugar level off the charts. Thank you, Howard, for your leadership and for your friendship.
Greetings, Howard. Lisa Kistler here. I'm assuming that when you see this, you'll be pushed back in your recliner, enjoying your newfound freedom in retirement. You do know that retirement is just an illusion. Diane will become your new boss, and your grandkids will become your full-time colleagues once COVID is over. You got a lot to look forward to. I want to congratulate you and let you know I'm going to miss an amazing, hard-working, supportive, determined, loyal, and encouraging leader and friend. There's no need to suck up now. These are all really facts. Your guidance is invaluable and has always inspired me to do my best. A wonderful legacy, and one that I hope to pass on to those that my life touches here at Crowsdale as well. Your dedication over 20-plus years to UMRH is immeasurable. I wish you a wonderful future with lots of joy and happiness, all well-deserved. Oh, and by the way, you will get the first tour of the Heritage, and I'll be happy to give it to you if you're willing to come back and share an afternoon with the marketing team. Happy retirement, and God bless you always.
Howard, my friend, I want to congratulate you on your upcoming retirement. I know you're going to enjoy your ability to be at home, and I am sure that you'll get a lot of fishing in the future. I know that you have been at Crowsdale since the beginning and have seen it grow to the point now that you feel comfortable to leave and to go and to enjoy that retirement. I want you to know that I appreciate the leadership that you had while I was there for those 13 years, and especially your leadership and support of me. I remember one time that a person came to see you to talk about my preaching. And I remember that you gave me the words that you said to them, and you told them that, yes, you want me to be a good preacher, but more importantly, you wanted me to be able to provide pastoral care to the team members and to the residents. I appreciated that support at the time. Another thing I remember was that the chapel was supposed to be built at the time of the whole campus, but because of financial concerns, that couldn't happen. But you knew how important it was to have spiritual care at Crowsdale Village, so you gathered together a chaplain's committee, chapel committee, that consisted of people on the religious life group and also from the board and people in the community, and you were able to raise the money through their support to be able to build that chapel. And you know how important that has been to the spiritual care for the people in the community. So I thank you for that. But thirdly, and for me most important, I thank you for having been my friend, because all of those years we were together, we were able to communicate with each other and share concerns, not only about work, but our own personal lives. And it was meaningful to me to know that I had a friend like you. So my friend, congratulations, and if you need a fishing buddy sometime, you know that I am available. Good luck in the future, and God bless.
Whenever I think of Howard DeWitt, I think of him as my friend, not my boss. For example, we were friends at our church long before we began to work together for 20 plus years here at Crowsdale. We were in the same choir, and we were in a lot of fellowship programs for the church family, and so that friendship was established. And then we didn't see a lot of each other for a while. I actually came to work for United Methodist Retirement Home in Crowsdale Village before Howard did. And so when he came aboard, he would tease me mercilessly. He'd say, well, Carol's older than Moses because she's been here for so long. And so that's okay. I came right back at him and said, yes, but at least I have hair. So looking back over the years, one thing I have appreciated most about Howard is the genuine spirit of caring about people. He loves the residents. And I have always been proud of his open door policy, because he loves, he invites the residents to come in and share issues and concerns, and he is so patient about people who call him sometimes much too frequently and talk too long, but he is always going to be there and lets them know that they have his ear. And I think that's really important for the residents. Fortunately, his sense of humor and his enjoyment of fun times also helps him to cope with the days that are not so much fun. And I have fond memories of the fact that he would let managers go on trips to sort of break up the monotony and do some team building. So I have raced go-karts. I have played laser tag, and more recently, the last time we went canoeing along the Eno River, which was really special, and they were special times, and we did build friendships and fellowships along that. So, of course, one of my most memorable remembrances and images of Howard was when we were planning a marketing event that was a Mardi Gras program, and we asked Howard if he and his wife would be the king and queen. We would get the costumes, and he sort of hummed and hawed and sputtered and finally grudgingly said, okay, they would do it. And so we got the costumes, and the afternoon of the event, I will never forget when he came out of the dressing room dressed up in this kingly tunic that was just thigh to the middle of his thigh and tights below. And so we just thought that was special. But he told us he would never forgive us for making him put on a pair of pantyhose. So that will always be in my memory. And I think there's a picture floating around someplace about that. And now I think one of the things I'm going to miss most about not having Howard here is the quiet talks that we used to have when things were not going as they should, and we were going through some tough times, but the camaraderie that we shared was really special, and I think I'll miss that. And I'll also say that I hope, Howard, that you will enjoy your retirement as much as I have, especially living here at Crowsdale. It's been a fun trip. Thanks. I hope you have a good retirement.
Okay, well, I've been thinking for several days since Caroline called me what in the world I'd say about the boss man. And as we were moving in, we just noticed that the workmen were so pleasant and cooperative and would do anything we asked. And Barbara, who still had quite a bit of cognition left, was very fussy about how her clothes were going to hang and how many of her 20 handbags she'd have to put on the shelf, and we would talk to them, and there was a young man named Steve who had just signed on, and I said, you guys are so nice and so accommodating, and he said, well, we've had some intense training, and we were told that by the boss man that we should put you first. Take care of the people that are coming in, and treat them as part of your family. And it really turned out to be that way. And they said, well, those seem to be orders from higher up to be courteous and helpful and accommodating. And so as it turned out over the years, I would say that it really did prove to be true. And at every turn, when I didn't get quick enough response, and I'm very fussy, I really want quick responses. I would give Howard a call because they had told us, I think at an introductory meeting, if anything doesn't go your way or you're displeased with anything, please call me. And I thought, well, that's probably just a standard speech. But as it turned out over the years, if I had issues, he'd be right on it, and we got to be friends. And think, Howard, that you were talking about retiring when all the projects were finished. I see they're not, and you're now bowing to the will of your better half, and you're going to leave us. So good luck in your retirement. Put your feet up. Don't come back every other day to take care of a problem, and have a great retirement, and may it be a long one. Bless you. We'll miss you.
Howard, I want to thank you for your many, many years of dedicated service to Crowsdale. I wish you the best retirement in the world. Go and enjoy yourself, let your hair down, and you will surely be missed. Love you.
Howard, it's been a pleasure to get to know you and to work with you on many different ways. It's been a joy to discuss concepts and management and learn from you. As all of us approach our retirement dates, we wonder what we're going to do with our time after that. I would suggest that first of all, you take time just to relax, gather strength, get calm, but you'll reach a point, then you'll say, I've got to do something with my time. And by experience, you'll know when that comes, and you'll find something, and we encourage you to find something to use your talents for the good of the country or your church or family, whatever it is, and maybe even down to one person who really needs guidance and assistance and love from you. It's been a joy. Thank you.
Howard DeWitt, a proud man who deserves many happy, healthy years of retirement. Barbara and I came to see Crowsdale Village late in 2009. Soon after we started our CV tour in the hallway near the great room, we were introduced to Howard DeWitt. He was a pleasant person, interested in who we were, and gave us a few welcoming remarks. This was our introduction to Howard DeWitt, a caring person who led Crowsdale Village out of a troubled, confusing beginning to one of the best CCRCs in North Carolina. Howard's biggest concern is the well-being of the residents and staff. I witnessed example of this when he invited me as chair of the Buildings and Grounds to accompany him to view the remodeling of our pavilion, the nursing home. While there, he took time to visit several patients, greeting them in their first names and showing great interest in how they were doing. I'm sure many have experienced this kind of caring greeting from Howard. Howard, you are a true leader. When a problem or concerns arise, you are willing to decide, follow through on a solution, and take responsibility for the outcome, whether popular or not. You have listened to the residents' criticisms and suggestions and acted quickly. Some of my favorite contacts with Howard have been the early morning greetings. During the summertime, I often work in the Rose Garden early in the morning. As Howard is entering, we greet each other, or when he sits at his desk, I sneak in and talk to him. I will miss these conversations, Howard. You will have left Crowsdale Village renewed and ready for the future. Most important, enjoy spending more time with your family, your wife Diane, your children and your grandchildren, and of course your dog Ringo. Barbara and I thank you for your kindness, your friendship, and your leadership here at Crowsdale Village. We wish you many years of happy, healthy retirement.
Howard and I met each other like 20 years ago. And I'll have to say that Howard and I are two completely different people. Howard is a Kansas boy, farm boy. I am a New York City kid. And after we got to know each other, we realized that we had one thing in common, that our biggest interest was in making sure that the residents were taken care of. We had that in common. And I had the utmost respect of that for Howard for 20 years. We really did have a lot of really good times here at Crowsdale Village, and I, for one, will really miss Howard. I look back at our 20 years at Crowsdale, and I think about all the people that have come and gone here. It really has been a great time of my life here, and Howard has been there during that time, and he will stand out as an integral part of a time of my life. So thank you, Howard. I really appreciate it, and good luck in the future.
I just want to thank you for the things I've learned and received from you. And so here I stand at your window, the one that bears your name. Isn't it beautiful? I thank you so much for teaching me about being a visionary and letting the light shine through these lives. You have modeled for me so many ways of honoring people by using their titles, by interviewing veterans, by respecting every single person who lives or works here. And I thank you for that. You've also gifted me with the privilege of wearing open-toed sandals, which is very important to me. Thank you for giving in on that fight. My toes need room to breathe. And I thank you for this beautiful chapel that you have some part in creating. Thank you for believing and living the spiritual basis for all health care and making Crowsdale Village a place where love and beauty and worship are central. Thank you so much for the grace that you've extended to me for sometimes not having the sacristy in good order and yet not writing it on my evaluation. I'm very thankful for that too. And thank you for prioritizing prayer in this place and for modeling it so beautifully, even to the point of creating a prayer garden. Thank you very much for loving me and for gifting me in so many ways, letting me preach in this place and sharing some of your beautiful sermons with me. It's been a great joy to share good news with you and to learn from your spiritual tradition as a preacher's kid, stories from Kansas and Texas, and during your Air Force years and throughout your life. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your life with me and with so many in this beautiful place. There's one thing or two things maybe that you haven't done such a good job of teaching me. One is, I know you tried, how to keep a tidy office. Sorry, that lesson didn't take. Thank you, thank you, thank you for taking a chance on this lady preacher and letting me be a part of this marvelous place. God bless you as you journey on. God's not through with you yet, so keep on keeping on. God bless you.
Hello, Howard. This is Mr. and Mrs. Claus, but you can call me Fiona if you like. We've come all the way from the North Pole to say goodbye to you for Crowsdale Village. You've been here a long time, almost since before dirt, but you have taken care of all of the residents for all of those years. You've kept them safe, you've kept them warm, you've fed them, and most importantly, you've kept them healthy. So we want to thank you for all the things that you have done for Crowsdale Village over the years. You know, Santa doesn't like for us to tell people what they're going to get for Christmas, but I'm going to sneak and do it anyway. Santa in the shop has a great big box for you. Now, you know, I keep the naughty or nice list. Santa does all the research and development. But when I looked at the naughty and nice list before I came here, I was surprised at how long your nice list was and how short your naughty list was. So, in honor of that long, nice list, we have this great big box for you, and it's filled with time. You will have time beginning December 19th to do what you want. You'll have time to relax. You'll have time to enjoy things that you want to do. You and Diane will have time for you to spend together and do things, to travel, to just be at home. So we want you to spend your time wisely, but don't wait too long to spend that retirement time, because time doesn't last forever. Good luck and best wishes from Fiona Claus.
Very good. Now, Howard, one thing I'm going to miss on my trips here is that you have become a humor buddy. In other words, you and I have the same warped sense of humor. You understand me, and I understand you. And I'm not sure I can find another person here who has just that special humor that you have. The second thing is, she's already mentioned you have time. I know you're going to go off for time, and you're not going to turn on the alarm clock to get up at 0:30 in the mornings like you have in the past. But don't worry. Your body is now trained that you will get up at 0:30 every morning. And if you happen to get up and decide to cook a big breakfast one morning with biscuits and sausage and scrambled eggs and all that stuff, just give me a call. I'll be glad to park the sleigh in the front of your house so that I can have breakfast with you. Third thing, please give my best wishes to your mom. I think when I saw her last, I said, you can sit on my knee. The woman just came and sat down like she was 8 years old. It didn't make any difference. She didn't know who I was. Well, she did know, but anyway, great mother, and I'm sure she's so proud of you and what you've done. So spend some time this spring with your mom. And the last thing I have to tell you, Howard, on Christmas morning when you get up, do not go into your closet looking for that red vest that you've worn around here a couple of times. It's a long way to the North Pole, and you don't need to come get it back, okay? So be good. Fiona and I wish you the best and have a great time. Bye-bye.
My eyes haven't seen, nor have my ears heard what my Father has in store. But when I hear the song of a sweet singing bird, I'm closer than I've been before to that heavenly